You know that sound?
Yeah.
You're driving maybe down the parkway, and then ses makisiki.
Ugh.
A rock hits the windshield, and your heart just stops for a second. And your first thought is always, okay, how much is this going to set me back?
It's a terrible sound, and I mean, for anyone driving in Essex County, New Jersey, it's pretty much the soundtrack of our commute.
It really is.
So today, yeah, let's unpack that. We're doing a deep dive into a really helpful breakdown. It's called The Economics of Essex County Auto Glass Repair from the folks at Windshield Replacement LLC in Newark.
Okay, good. So my first instinct usually is to just ignore the chip and hope it doesn't spread.
Right.
But let's cut through the panic. What are the actual numbers? What are we talking about cost-wise?
So the source really breaks it down into two main buckets.
Hmm.
You either repair it or you replace it.
And I'm guessing there's a big price difference.
A huge one.
Yeah.
If you can get away with just a repair here in Essex County, you're generally looking at, say, somewhere between $100 and maybe $400.
Okay, that's a range, but I can live with that. It's manageable.
Exactly. But if you have to do a full replacement, that's where the price really jumps. You're looking at $200 on the low end, all the way up to $800.
Wow.
And that upper number is really starting to climb depending on what kind of car you drive.
So the whole game is to stay in that repair bucket.
How do I know? Is there like a rule?
There is, actually. The source points to what you can think of as the 6-inch rule.
Okay.
Basically, if the chip or the crack is smaller than 6 inches, think about the length of a dollar bill, they can usually save the windshield. They use this specialized resin injection.
And I assume that's the cheaper option you were talking about.
Oh, much cheaper. That kind of resin repair, it's usually going to land you somewhere around 100, maybe 150 bucks.
That is so much better than 800. But I have to guess that size isn't the only thing that matters, right? What if I have a tiny crack, but it's right in front of my face? Then you're out of luck. The source is really clear on this. Even if it's tiny, if the damage is in the driver's direct line of sight, or if it runs all the way to the edge of the glass, it's a mandatory replacement.
A safety issue.
It becomes a safety issue, yeah. That resin can sometimes create a very slight distortion, like an optical illusion, right, where you need the clearest vision.
That makes sense. Okay, so here's the scenario I see all the time. Someone gets that small chip, it's not in their way, it's under 6 inches, and they think, I'll fix it, eventually.
Eventually is the most expensive word in auto glass repair.
I believe it.
And this is where the local Essex County piece is so important. The source calls out two major enemies of your windshield here: our temperature swings and our potholes.
We have plenty of both.
We certainly do. And it's just basic physics. You get a little chip and the temperature goes from hot to cold, the glass expands and contracts. That stress just forces the chip to spread. Then you hit one of our famous potholes and boom, that $100 repair just zippered into a $400 plus replacement.
So waiting literally costs you money.
A lot of money. But here's the good news. The silver lining the source mentions that I think a lot of people just don't know.
Okay.
Most insurance policies will actually cover a windshield repair with little to no deductible.
For real. I always assume making a claim like that will just jack up my premiums.
Not usually for a repair, no. The insurance companies would much rather you fix it while it's cheap, before the whole windshield fails. So that wallet pain might be almost nothing if you just act fast.
That is a huge piece of information.
Yeah.
But wait, let's go back to that replacement cost. You said $800 is trending up. What? I mean, glass is glass, right?
Glass is cheap, but the computers behind it are not. This is so important for anyone with a newer car. If your vehicle has ADAS, that's the Advanced Driver Assistance Systems.
You mean the stuff that beeps at me when I drift out of my lane?
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those systems use cameras and sensors that are mounted right on the windshield, so a replacement isn't just about swapping glass anymore.
What else is there?
The whole system has to be recalibrated. The source explains that if that new glass is off by just a millimeter, the camera's perspective changes. It might think a car is further away than it actually is.
And I have to ask, is that a legitimate thing or just a way to add another fee on?
Oh, it's 100% legitimate. It's a critical safety step. For modern cars, the windshield is not just a barrier from the wind anymore. It's a lens for the car's computer.
Wow. It's incredible how complex something as simple as fixing a crack has become. So to sum it up for everyone listening, time is literally money.
Yeah.
If you see a chip, get a dollar bill. If the crack is smaller, get it fixed immediately before our Jersey roads turn it into a huge problem.
That's the perfect takeaway.
Any final thought you want to leave us with?
I think it's really about that shift in how we see the windshield. We used to just look through it. Now the car itself is looking through it too. And as they get smarter, what used to be simple structural damage is now becoming like digital damage. It makes you wonder what other tech is looking out for you through that glass that you don't even realize.
Something to think about the next time you're stuck behind a gravel truck. Thanks for listening to this deep dive, and drive safe out there.